So I'm out of here at Split Oaks Preserve, here in Orlando, just east of the airport. I haven't been here in about a year, and last time I was out here, I only caught one fish. So I'm interested to see if any of the structure, anything here has changed. I don't see a lot of grass like we had last time. Looks like they've cut some of the trees along the pond here. They've erected a really nice birdhouse right there. But there's some trees pushed into the water, so we might have some interesting structure. They may have cleared off some of the embankment, I'm not sure. But we're going to give this a shot. I'm fishing the first pond here, which is about a half a mile. Yeah, shoot. It's about a half a mile hike in. And it's midday, so it's hot. So I'm going to see if we can get that afternoon kind of midday bite going. It's about 83, it's humid, but it's breezy, and if you're in the shade, it's very manageable. But I got quite a bit of pond to fish here, and we'll try to do this in about 2 hours. So let's see if we can't catch anything sizable out of here. Alright, so the first section I'm going to try is this little corner down here, and there's a canal that runs back all the way to another pond way back. I'm going to work my way around. I'm just going to fish this pond today. The setup we were running Kitech swim bait and the Senko. I'll start here and see if we can get anything to pop off this corner and work our way around. First fish already, that Kitech swim bait. Oh, I saw something move in the grass there, and it's not very big, popped right off, but I'll take it. One cast, one fish. Where's that bait at? I just saw it get tossed over here somewhere. So let me start off by saying I really like these Kitech swim baits. If you're in Orlando, the only place that I know that has them, maybe Bass Pro Shops, but Dick's by Florida Mall has them for sure. But I wish they're like Senkos, man. I wish that they were a little bit more sturdy. They rip really easy, and they're not that cheap. Here's the part with this pond that gets tricky: is there's a lot of scrub brush around the edge of it, so you got to walk through it to get to the edge of the pond here, and we're going to have to find some type of opening somewhere in this area here to maybe get down and fish the edge here. I think this first whole section here on this side is just like algae and hydrilla, but I think that on the back side here it's a little bit more open, so we're just going to find a spot here where we can kind of work our way in. Something big is swimming right there under the water. Could be a gator. But I think we've got actually room here to kind of get out. Look, I think up here is going to be good. Get up on this brush here and just cast out this way and that way. Let's get up here and try it out. Oh, we got a bass right here. We got a good bass right here. Don't get tangled. Come on, get off. It's sitting right there in front of me. Take the Senko. This didn't get swallowed up by something. Let's see if we'll take the Kitech here. Who's interested? Come on, come on. Do you see that? Oh, he got off right there. Alright, trying to find another place to get along the shore here. I think I got a little spot right here, but I'm going to have these tree limbs to contest with. So hopefully there's no fish right here, because I'm going to have to make a lot of noise. It is one little casting lane right here. this little guy. All right, pretty little fish. Just so you know, we're almost into May, and about May, end of June or beginning of June, in that area is where the gators start to, at least my experience, they start to get territorial. Doesn't matter what size they are, doesn't matter if they're big or they're small. They start to claim up territory, especially the males, so that they can attract breeding females. And this guy's just coming over to check me out. I'm usually not too worried about the little ones, but sometimes they can get pretty aggressive too. So if you're out here fishing, just to keep an eye on him. He's slowly working his way over here. Probably just check me out, make sure I'm not a threat to his territory. It's also one of the reasons I'm going to go back and fish Catfish Creek Preserve a couple more times, because the rainy season's coming, and then the water's going to get high, and the little gators there, even though they're usually not an issue, they will get territorial and begin to follow you around, and I just don't need them trying to chase any fish I'm catching or try to get really aggressive with me while I'm in the water. So you can actually see the soot on the trees from where the last burn was, and they burn these state lands so that the shrubs don't overtake, and that the tree life and stuff can continue to grow, especially the native shrubs. So they burn a lot of this stuff, and it'd be interesting to see what happens when they burn this again, because this has been burned. You can tell by the trees here. The trees here are black. It'd be interesting to see when they do a controlled burn how much more access you would have to these ponds, but I don't know when they're going to do it or if they're going to do it this year. I'm pretty sure they keep to a pretty strict schedule. Another little fish on the, wow, it's tiny. Got him on the Kitech swim bait. I want to get you one hooked. Really pretty fish. There's a bunch of them right here. I thought he was bigger than he was, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. A whole school of them right there. Oh, that's a better fish. A giant. Oh, never mind. Trying to body surf him over those weeds. So I'm going to keep moving down the shoreline here, and my suggestion is, if you're going to fish this place, I would focus late winter and early spring. That's when most of the foliage is down and the water is actually the lowest. Come summer, I guarantee the water's going to be up to probably where I'm walking at right now, and it's almost going to be inaccessible from where I'm fishing. That and all this stuff that you see here that's kind of brown is going to be super green, and it's going to be kind of hard to fish this. So the way I'm fishing these Kitech swim baits right now is and what these fish seem to be attracted to is I'm fishing it slow with an occasional pause, and the tail action, because it's such a wide wobble, it seems to be getting these guys kind of going. Like every fish I've had hit it so far, it's fairly aggressive with it. Oh, come on, eat it, eat it. Come on, come on. It's the biggest fish I've seen today. No, 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 no. Oh, come on, I'm tangled up in everything. Is he still there? He's still there. That was a good fish. followed the swim bait in the whole way, and then right at the last second, I had to let it stop or I was going to end up pulling it out of the water. I think he nosed down on it. I thought he had it. Set the hook, and I think he just had the tail. Didn't freak out, didn't act like he got stung, so I think I have 2 or 3 swim baits left. Alright, so I had to come up off the pond there. Too many shrubs for me to get around the edge, so I'm going to walk this path up here, get into these pines, and work my way back over, because I know that that's fairly open. So this whole area on this side of the pond is just pine forest, and there's very little ground cover, which is great, makes it easy walking. I'm going to push my way back out here and fish this edge that I didn't get a chance to fish yet. And then we have this little bit of section here, which is actually fairly steep, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty deep there too. We're going to fish that, and I think we'll call it a day after that. This hasn't been too bad, just I haven't caught any decent sized fish. They're all been tiny dings. The fish hit it as soon as it hit the water and didn't realize he had it. Stop streaking, don't throw off my swim bait. They're expensive. Skinny, get out of here. Get bigger. So last time I was here, this is where I caught all my fish. At least when I was fishing this pond. And completely different right now. Super sunny. It's hot. Sweat's rolling down my back and my neck. I feel gross. Come on. I don't know if a few little bass in front of me. I'm not looking for them though. I mean, these little guys are not shy about coming up and just nailing the bait at all. Well, I'm looking at the last portion of the pond. The canal's right here, and I gotta get back on the other side. So there's no bridge or anything, so I gotta walk the whole way around. Since it wasn't a bad day, caught a couple fish. Weren't exactly giants. We did see one that was probably around 3. So, if you're going to come out and fish Split Oaks Preserve, there are 3 ponds here. The one way in the back is almost inaccessible by shore. I haven't checked it out in a while, but last time I was there, there was like one spot you could fish, and the rest of it was just all overgrowth. So it looks like it had a boat launch next to it. So I guess if you wanted to haul your kayak all the way back in there, you could. But yeah. This pond and the other pond that's up north of here, they're fishable by shore. But if you're going to do it, I would do it now, and I would do it before June. One, the gators, if they're there, aren't going to be as aggressive right now. They're going to start to get territorial. But 2, most of the foliage hasn't grown back yet from the winter, so you should be able to get down to the water fairly easily. And the water levels are fairly low, because once the rains start in June, places like this become much harder to fish, because the water levels come up, and that shore axis that I was walking along on the other side there, it essentially just goes away. So I'm gonna go around and maybe hit 1 or 2 spots on the way out, but other than that, I think I'm done, and I'm gonna go build a trampoline tonight for my wife. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.